welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so that of course means we're playing Operation Aegis, our Lancer actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Sarah playing Vika, Eric playing Uriah, Jeremy playing Cortev, and Carr playing Tiana.
Aggressive waving.
Alright, who remembers where we were last week?
Nonsense shenanigans and things.
Destroying a base with giant holes.
Running away from the giant base full of holes.
No, that's what you're doing this week. That wasn't what you were doing last week.
Creating the holes and now running away from the holes.
Using the holes.
There may have been some Baby Plucky Duck references. Alright, so yeah, y'all had gone in there, wreaked a fair amount of havoc. The holes were really, the hole generating those holes was really a good way to hit multiple buildings at once.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that counts as combat. Because, Tiana tends to be really good at either shooting things or patching things up.
Patching a hole in the dirt. What's not to understand?
I don't know about patching.
I'm about to say, so you
okay.
say Tiana's going to hang around and fix things.
Just going to pat down the dirt.
Kick a couple foot of dirt back into it.
Just do like a dog does and just kick the back feet. Cover it up.
Now no one will ever know.
Discord is not having a great day.
What was that now?
So my Discord is not having a great day. Just locked out for a solid, 2 minutes.
Oh, fun. Technical issues.
Yay.
Yeah.
Alright, so anytime he locks up,
know
one
what
of the
was
rest
up.
of you put words into his mouth. Just start doing your best Eric impersonation.
On it.
That'd be
I've
Sarah.
got this. I've got this.
We share a brain cell. That'd be Sarah.
Alright, so you got in.
Time to come.
The Mad Dogs and the Red Hands were staging an assault as a distraction.
Mhm.
They snuck you as close to the base as you could, and then you ran in, wrecked what you could while reinforcements that the base had called back were coming in from behind, or from the opposite side of the base. You took out your primary objectives,
Mhm.
and enough other stuff to, effectively have wrecked it, even though, you didn't burn everything down. And let's see, we had a little bit of reinforcement to show up, but not too bad. Y'all didn't get screwed too badly on that.
Mhm.
And now you are at the point where you are supposed to be withdrawing.
Mhm.
So this may be a very short portion for combat tonight.
Maybe.
Workshop jump into hole.
I believe this is the beginning of round 3.
Mhm.
Or did we just start? Or are we ending right now?
We ended round 2.
Okay, so yeah. Alright. So yeah.
Was it round 2?
It's
End of round 2, going into round 3 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
because
deal.
Tiana made a hole, made an entrance hole and exit hole each round.
Yeah. For some reason, because I had to carry it over to the laptop, it's saying that I'm on round 4, but I'm not going to worry about it. It was probably a glitch when I exported the pilot data, so it's all good.
Yeah, fair enough.
It'll do that.
I will do that.
Hmm?
All right, so let's get started.
Yeah.
All right, who on the workshop side wants to go first?
Do you mind if I do?
And do not forget that Whip is technically still here.
Mm-hmm.
Whip was on top of the dog, though. So
That's true.
this whole combat, he never got off of the dog. So
That is
Piggyback
fair.
him out.
Okay. So, I am going to full action stabilize. Clear my heat and my immobilized condition.
Okay.
Question to the DM, though.
Mhm.
Do we know the Shinar language?
Sure. Yeah,
Also-
y'all were taught the two major languages involved
Also,
in the conflict
what
before y'all
was
showed up.
what was the name of the city where all this started? Like
Kaliakra?
where the paracausal bomb went off.
Kaliakra.
Kaliakra. Okay. So, yeah. So Uriah's gonna full action purge the heat. Then, would you say I'd have to invade to be able to get into this Hornet's speakers to talk to the pilot?
No, you could broadcast over open channel. Like most of y'all's communications amongst yourselves is, encrypted. And it's the same with them. Y'all can detect that there are signals going back and forth between different members of the opposition.
Okay.
But they're also like open channels. Like anytime you've had somebody surrender to you, they did that over open channels. So you could broadcast to everybody in the area, or you could focus it on do a top beam broadcast just to the one guy in front of you. That's the
Yeah,
only person you want to talk to.
Tight beaming the guy in front of me.
Okay.
To which I don't know if you'll consider this me having to take a quick action to do this or not, or if this is just a free action.
If you're just talking to him, it's just talking to him. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So I'll say, sorry this attack had to happen, but it's the only way to get this info to you all. I have information about what truly happened at Kaliakra that you need to get to your superiors.
That seems unlikely. But I'm listening.
If you have a data pad, I'll transfer it all right now. All I ask is we get to leave after this. We had to do this so that no suspicions would be raised.
Ooh. All right, this roll is going to be kind of narrative related.
Yeah.
I need you to roll me to see how convincing you are,
Okay.
because it is very definitely not what this attack was about. But on the other hand, assuming that you are going to give him the actual truth of what happened,
Oh yeah, I am. He absolutely is.
but all right, give me a roll to see how convincing you are. It's going to be difficult because you're in the middle of oh no, we just blew up these buildings so we can talk to you. Yeah, sure, dude, sure.
Yeah. I mean that's fair.
Hard sell. Hard sell.
That is fair. Where is? I hate how on this thing it doesn't tell me what my grit is. It's plus
5.
5? Yeah, okay.
Plus
I
5.
think it's still 5, yeah.
Yep.
Because we've been adding to 5 to everything on previous rolls.
Deductive reasoning.
Well, here we go.
Just roll a 20. No, that's
No.
not a, and,
It's
It's
a
a
10.
10. You're like halfway there.
I mean,
Yeah, but
not on a difficult roll.
Yeah.
well, unless yeah, that's true. So no, that wouldn't count.
So he gives you a counter offer. How about this? How about you all surrender now, and then we'll listen to you. A sign of good faith.
If I can get access to a data pad, I will, as a counter offer, remove the virus infecting your system for you, and give you the details, and give you all the information I have, without any subterfuge.
They are definitely aware of the virus. He will have to get with his commander about that.
Very well.
And you pick up he's seeing a lot of broadcasts over the
As
encrypted
a show
channels.
of good faith, I will remain here if you'll allow the rest of my lance to leave until our deal is done.
He is talking to whoever the boss is.
Okay.
But and that
Has the
conversation basically takes this round, so everybody else in the field will act as though they do not know this is going on, which character-wise,
Yeah, I mean, this is literally Uriah going, light bulb moment. I can try this.
All right.
Could I real quick also tell Sobek to let the NHPs on our team know that I'm trying to make this deal?
Sure.
So-
You could have the AI.
Okay.
They still won't know this until the end of the round because you did all this talking while other people were doing things.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. All right. I think that was the archer. That was the new hive that showed up. All right. The hive is going to attempt a drone barrage against a dog.
Oh, sorry, what now?
Drone barrage.
E-defense, I assume.
Yes, this is a quick tick. So what is your E-defense?
14.
All right. Drone barrage has a +4 attack bonus, so he needs to roll 10 or better.
Is it like a hacking attack or is it a physical attack?
The hive makes a tech attack against a character with
Okay.
sensors. On a success, the target chooses one. They become immobilized and impaired, until the end of their next turn, or they immediately move 5 spaces in a direction chosen by the
Okay.
hive.
I was just making sure I couldn't block it.
But roll a 6 on the dice. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total,
Nope.
which does not touch the dog.
Yay.
So then it will use its hunter killer nexus. And attack Vika. Let's see, this is a tier 2, so we can fire this thing twice. Vika is the only character within range. I mean, technically Uriah, but he's in a building. So both attacks will be coming towards Vika.
Let's go.
What is your evade?
Both evade and e-defense are 13. I don't know if he has
Oh.
the smart version.
Yeah, this is the smart version. This is the smart version. And seeking, but that doesn't really come into it. All right. 15 on the dice, so 19 total. So this does 3 burn damage.
Okay.
Second attack is only a 9.
That one misses.
All right, that is it for the hive. So back to the workshop.
I think Cortez gets on the comms and is like, I hear explosions out there. Y'all still fighting or are we leaving?
We're leaving.
Okay. Then by all means. You guys are in the firefight or in the like thick of it, so it makes more sense for you guys to go first.
Quick question. How do you clear burn? Is it just a systems check? I'm trying to hunt it down and I'm not having luck.
I believe so.
When
But
you end the
let me
turn,
check.
the save thing will come up if you have burn put on in CompCon.
Fantastic.
I mean, I can also fix you too if you need me to.
No,
Eh,
the dog is just a destroyer. This in this mission.
dog is aggressively digging. We gotta go. Dig, 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 dig.
And Uriah is inside this building. We can't see him, right?
No.
Okay.
You know, your sensor's picking up. You are aware that he's there.
But
But you do
like
not
we
have line
can't.
of sight. No.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, I'll go if
Go ahead.
no one else wants to go. Whitewash spray on Vika's mech, so you're clear to burn,
Woo.
but you're also slowed.
That's fine.
And then I'm going to use a single movement to end up with Freddy here.
Oh, that's right, because all the holes intersect.
Yep. All the holes are the same.
Holes brought to you by Portal Co.
Because
And
nothing
then
has to make sense.
she's basically just going to be up against the thing, and she's going to hold there until everybody else is. Then she's going to move off the map.
Hmm.
But that's all she's doing.
Okay. All right. That's not going to be useful. All right, the witch is going to target Vika with a quick attack, blind. Got a 10, which I do not think gets past your E-defense.
Nope.
Use their next quick attack to attempt to use tear down on Vika. Does a 15 hit your E-defense?
Yes, it does. What do I got?
Alright. On a success, the target takes 1 heat immediately. And then a further
Fantastic.
4 heat on the start of the witch's next turn.
Okay.
And then the witch is... Let's see, is the witch going to move?
Question: is that if the witch is still alive? Oh yeah, it would be the witch would have to still be alive for it to be its next turn. Okay.
And the witch is going to move over here. Back to the workshop. I think we've got a Cortev and a Vika left. And a Freddy, technically. But
You could be like, if you're gonna go, someone go. I'm parked here until Uriah pulls out of that building, or I pull him out of that building.
All right, that's me. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and spend a movement, and end up here. I'll say like here-ish. And I will. I will hold a full tech action until the trigger is an enemy getting within range.
okay.
I don't think it's going to happen, but it's better to have it and not need it.
Yeah.
I'll be holding.
You jump back there and now you're on watch, kind of, Makes sense.
Yep. I'll be holding slave systems.
All right.
It is a full tech, and I'm holding.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
We'll jump over here to the archer. Who I believe is this one here. And with Vika being the only enemy he's got in line of sight, no, I take that back. He realizes y'all are making y'all's escape. So he is going to book it towards the other end of the map. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then surge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, let's see, your first overcharge gives you 1 heat. I think that's what it's called anyway. Let me double check.
Yes.
All right. And then he will move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His light machine gun can shoot 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so he can't reach anybody. That's his turn. What's Vika doing?
She is. Let's see. Gonna move a little bit towards the witch. Just trying to measure out stuff. Really need to stop putting stuff in multiple windows. Okay, that close. Barrage.
Alright, what are you hitting her with?
One second, had to clear that out. Oh, shoot, I can't. I'm slowed.
Oh, yeah. The witch may get to live another round.
I can still do a quick action, so I can at least skirmish.
Overcharge? Mm.
I'm slowed.
Wait, you can't overcharge and slow?
Nope.
Did not
I
know
think
that.
so.
Only movement slowed characters making their own is their standard movement. Can't make any special moves granted by talent systems or weapons. Huh.
Well, if you want to change your action, just jump in the hole. That's fine.
One second. I'm just moving it to next round to see if it's just a bug in the system. Okay, I think it was just a bug in the system. I'm like, yeah, no, it is, because I hit a button to check what something would do. Okay, barrage.
So you can barrage while slowed?
Yeah, I just can't. Slowed is can make their standard move on their own turn. They cannot boost or make special moves granted by talent
That's
systems
right.
or
It
weapons.
only affects movement.
Yeah. Because I was like, that should work. I should be able to barrage.
Fine, carry on then.
Fine. I know. I'm sorry.
I just want to cook you in your mech a little bit.
A little
Don't
bit.
worry. We're darn near getting there.
Not completely.
No, don't worry. You'll
I don't
get
want
there.
her burnt.
Things will happen next turn.
If she was pasta, I just want her al dente.
15 and 13.
Both of those hit.
This thing is not wanting to play well today. There it goes. Okay. With the swarm hive of nanites, 2 kinetic, 2 burn.
Okay. Burn for burn, that's fair.
No, hers was heat, not burn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, I got the heat on there.
4 kinetic from the ferrofluid lance, and I need her to make a hull check, hull save.
No, you really don't.
No, I really do.
That's what it says on the thing.
Well, she had taken damage last round when she showed up, so she didn't survive that second attack.
Good. Because I only have 4 deep heat well. And that's her turn.
Alrighty.
And heals up the damage from last round.
Alright, okay, that's the Hornet. He's not going to be doing anything this round. As I desperately look for somebody else that can generate heat. But alas, no. Alright. The Mirage. Hang on, do I have too many Mech Tokens on the table? All right, there's the Hornet. There's the Wild, or the Berserker. There's the Archer. That's the Mirage. Who have I got left as reinforcements?
All of them. You have all of them left.
It seems like I've got one extra token. So I'm wondering if I did not put a reinforcement in that was supposed to go in.
We'll roll with it.
Okay. Alright, so the Mirage is going to use warp sensors. Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten that about warp sensors. Alright, so warp sensors on Vika. The Mirage takes a tech attack against the target within sensors. On a success, they take 2 heat, and all attacks they make until the end of their next turn treat their targets as having soft cover. $25.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Take 2 heat. Unfortunately, it doesn't do any actual damage, so the whole rolling of 20 doesn't do anything special for it. It was a quick attack, or a quick tech rather. Then as a quick action, they will use their glitch scanners. The Mirage's advanced electronic countermeasures play havoc with enemy systems, causing them to register false positives on the battlefield. They may teleport up 2 allies within sensors, moving them 5 spaces in any direction, revealing their true location. This movement ignores engagement, does not provoke reactions. The Mirage also gains the blip reaction. Alright, so it can teleport 2 up to 5. So the Berserker will appear here. And this operator down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 will appear here. And then that's it.
Came back. Sorry.
Alright, so is there anybody else on your side that needs to go?
Can what the bucket also hold a shot just in case?
You mean Freddy?
Freddy.
Yes, Freddy.
Sure.
That's I think that's the only one left.
Alright, then back down here we've got, let's see, the hive's gone.
And all the NHPs get the message.
The Mirage is there. So what the F was this guy down here supposed to be? I'm just going to scoot him off the map.
His Uber showed up.
Either I forgot to drop, either I messed up, or CompCom forgot one of my reinforcements. And it could easily go either way. So he's still in reserve. Alright, but it is the end of the round. Let me roll to see how many more reinforcements show up.
And we now know that what Uriah is doing. If
Yep.
we have an
Yes.
NHP.
The NHPs, the NHPs alert you in as a free action. They can, I would let them, pass that along to anybody that doesn't have an NHP.
Mhm. What in the hell is it? Okay. I'll be right back again. Some nonsense is happening.
All right. Add him to the encounter.
Okay, back. Apparently, dog went ballistic.
All right, another berserker shows up. And that guy just took off the map, shows back up. He is a sentinel. All right, start of round 4. Who wants to go first?
I won't be because I don't know what the result of this is.
And Ty's holding her movement to get off the map with everybody else.
Oh, Vika will keep wailing on people.
There it goes.
Well, you just got the message of what Uriah is doing.
And she has words that she is yelling inside of her her cockpit, and Aset's probably getting an education on how to curse. Let's see. Oh, second verse, same as the first. Actually, no. Let's fucking go. Activate core system. Scouring swarm. Everyone around me within range 2 takes 4 kinetic.
All right, within range 2. So that is these 4. All right. Any rolling for that, or is it just a thing?
It's just a thing.
Gotcha.
I keep forgetting it. It's usually 2 if they're within range 2 of me, so.
All right, the Hornet is not within range to you. That is the first. Oh, he is. You said 2 kinetic?
4 kinetic.
4 kinetic. Is it armor piercing?
No.
Okay. All right, so the berserker right next to you takes that, which triggers his aggression. The first time each round, the berserker, after taking damage, the berserker must immediately attack a random adjacent character, hostile or allied, with a chain axe.
Hello.
And it is just randomly Vika.
It's weird how that happens.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. $18 to hit you.
That'll hit.
All right. That is 7 points of kinetic damage.
I don't have line of sight, do I?
You do
No.
not.
There's a lot of buildings and holes in the way. Or rubble of buildings and holes.
So that is 7 kinetic, not armor piercing or anything hinky.
Okay.
Let's see, the archer's far away from you. Mirage is
still my
away from
turn.
you. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the other
Oh, okay.
other ones.
I'm sorry.
The hive. 1, 2, 3. Because of last round using the glitch scanner, the Mirage has a reaction called a blip they can use.
Okay.
Though only once a round. It's triggered when a hostile character takes an action in line of sight. The Mirage may teleport one allied character within sensors, 5 spaces in any direction. So the hive, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blips over here. And then the Sentinel takes the damage. But he has no reaction to get triggered. Okay. Alright, so 3 of them took damage anyway.
Okay.
Oh wait, did I do the second Berserker? I don't think I did the second Berserker. Hang on. And then he has to randomly attack the one dude next to him. Alright, so that's a 14. Which hits the Sentinel. That's 7 minus his armor. Alright, now I've got everybody's damage recorded.
Alrighty. Doing barrage. I really need you to just get 2 monitors. Okay. First one on this guy up here.
Okay. That is the Sentinel.
It is Ferrofluid Lance. It is... Oh, nice. 20? Or 21, so critical.
Okay.
Really, only 4. 4 damage. 1 second, let me roll for the nanocomp adaptation. I'm sorry, not for the nanocomp.
Okay.
For
Was that for armor piercing or anything?
No.
Okay.
Let me roll for the overpower caliber. It doesn't factor it in. Uh, 8 total, non-armor piercing, all kinetic.
Okay.
And let's see. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I lied. The Predator skill makes stuff on a critical max it, so it's 10 total damage. All kinetic, no armor piercing or anything hinky.
Alright, so he took a total of 10.
Correct. Makes a free roll on someone nearby. Let me just roll for the Swarm Hive nanites because it's in the window. That would be a 14 to hit the same guy.
That's going to hit.
2 kinetic, 2 burn.
Alright.
And then the free roll at half power on... Oh, who's nearby? We'll just go on this guy because he's there.
Okay.
She knows she's probably going to get hit back, but why not? Uh, 15 to hit, and half
hits.
damage would be 2 kinetic. And I think he still has to... Yeah, he still has to make a hull save.
5.
He is immobilized.
Alright, let me throw that in there.
Granted, she is too, and he's now in permanent melee range, but eh. And end of her turn, heals up half her HP.
Did it move him at all?
No, it just pins him.
Because you were hitting. Was it this one you were hitting, or this one up here?
This one down here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's a space between y'all, so he's not in melee range.
No, I'm sorry, the skill specifically states that.
Okay. I got you.
On a hit, force character to make a hull save. Failure, both the targets and you are immobilized, cannot move. Duration, the target always considers you within melee range for attacks.
Interesting.
I assume it's just because she's walking down the spear or something. I don't know.
Or maybe damaging the spear damages you.
Possibly.
Which I guess if the nanites are usually part of the overall mech, I guess.
But that one was from White Witch. That one didn't have nanites. That one was SSC.
I don't know then.
It works the same way that the holes in the ground work. We don't question it too much. But that's her turn.
All right. Then we're going to let this operator go. So, Raptor Plasma Rifle at Vika. $20.
That will definitely hit.
14 damage. Energy.
Going to try to deflect.
Okay.
Nope. Okay, we said how much?
14 total.
Okay.
And what tier is this guy? Oh, this one's only a tier 1. He can only shoot once. Alright. That is it for him. I'm assuming one of you guys up north will go next. So I think Uriah is saving his turn until their boss gets back to him.
Okay. That'll probably be me then. I will. I will quick tech leave a mesmer mine, like here, and I'll ping it for everyone on our side to see.
Yeah, because that
I
worked
would
so
like
well
to
last
instantly
time.
run over it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still gonna do it. And then I'll GTFO.
Yep, the twins taking a lot too long. I'm out.
Yeah,
They've got this. They're fine.
they're fine.
All right, and back down here. The hive starts communicating. The pilot of the hive starts communicating with Uriah. He identifies himself by his rank, roughly equivalent to a captain.
Okay.
Listen, what was the last deal you had offered?
That in exchange for us leaving, or getting to leave, that I would remove the virus from their system and give them all the information that we got on Kaliakra about what happened to it.
Okay. he makes the counter offer that you
BRB.
basically deactivate this virus. Basically to prove to them that you can.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives you a comm channel that will hook into some of the outposts' communication equipment, so you can actually send the signal out.
Okay.
If you do that, let's see. Yeah, if you do that and give them the information, they will let you leave. But you have to do the. Well, that's the offer he's making. But you have to negate the virus first.
Okay. And this is the Hive or the Hornet?
This is the hive out here that's talking to you now. The Hornet was like, I gotta talk to my superior. My superior.
All right.
Apparently, the guy in the hive is the one in charge.
Okay. He will accept that deal. And I guess is it my turn now then?
Yes.
Okay. He'll look. Well, first he'll say, "Vika, fall back. I've made a deal that we can leave without any further conflict."
She has closed. Vika has closed all channels.
As in, she doesn't get that.
She gets it. She don't respond, and she can't go anywhere.
Okay. And he'll look over the horns like, any particular console you want me to use?
Oh no, he gave you the frequency where you could tap in.
Okay.
He basically,
Yeah.
so you can
Right.
relay through their equipment.
And yeah, since he designed the virus, he deletes the virus.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a difficult thing for you to do. You just have
Mm.
At that point, the Hornet, basically pings you. They've got a data pad, ready to receive the Kaliakra information.
Yeah, and he will hand that over, and he will make sure to also put in the sort of compiled thing of where the old man admitted verbally that him and the cult were the reason for what happened at Kaliakra by setting off this bomb that killed everything.
Do you have any footage of shooting the guy in the body? Do you have any footage of the weirdness that went down?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's the footage just like through his eyes.
Gotcha.
So.
All right.
So basically he'll compile that, and then he'll also add in like all the stuff that he's gathered information-wise from their various missions of all the actions that the cult took to basically either smear Shinar's name or use Shinar as a scapegoat to either continue or escalate the war.
All right, so you dump everything you've got on the cult so far.
Basically.
Fair enough. What the rest of you guys see, initially with your, what you see from this guy up here that was kind of charging y'all, is, he's going full speed, and then he slows down, takes a couple of steps, and the mech literally turns around and like puts his hands up in disbelief. Does that whole, gesturing one way and then the other. But they're right there. And we outnumber them so bad right now. So you take, a round or so's worth of time. Dumping this information, sending out the signal, dumping that information.
Yep.
The captain, verifies very quickly that their communications is cleared up. Now, Vika, how long are you immobilized for?
Until I let that guy go.
Okay. Are you letting that guy go?
What are the folks down here doing?
They're all still on guard, but nobody's firing at you.
One second. So she's going to end the Ferrofluid Lance pinning by using Ferrofluid Lance Fling.
I'm sorry.
And it
Just
knocks him in four
go
direct,
away.
just 4 spaces in any direction. So she'll just kind of toss him kind of this way, towards his buddies. It doesn't do any damage. It just flings them.
Yeah, it's just an involuntary movement thing.
Just go away.
But I'm picturing that it's kind of a flip, you just kind of flick him away in disgust.
Mhm. Be gone, thought.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you do that, and then you kind of, I guess, go stomping away in a huff.
She waits until Uriah is like out of the building at least, and then she will make sure they both make it out.
All right.
Yeah.
She trusts these folks about as far as she can throw them, which is about 4 hexes, but still.
So you have a measurement for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she has a measurement for how far she trusts them. It's not horribly far.
But yeah, you're right. He'll leave the building. He will type beam to the hive that was talking to him since he identified himself as the captain. And basically say, I'll be honest, I just want this war done. And that cult on this planet is the one driving force behind it. We have a common enemy here.
They are certainly aware that the cult is an enemy. Time will, we will investigate. Clearly, I will pass this up the chain of command, and there will be an investigation. Well, whoever's already investigating the cult will be given this information, and then it will be determined how big a part the cult has played. This is the dude that runs a squad of, this is the Lancer captain.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this is actually a little above his pay grade. But they do let you leave.
Okay. Yeah, and then he'll make sure Vika's actually moving, and then he'll leave.
All right. And there's a lot of communication going back and forth on their secure channels.
Mm.
Like, there's always a lot during a fight, people talking to each other. But clearly there's a lot of discussion about the captain's decision. But yeah, y'all get out there. They start putting out fires, start digging through rubble.
How do these holes work?
Why can we not go through them, but they can?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
They're paracausal holes.
Yeah.
Oh no, the dog punched holes into the warp.
Wrong setting.
I know.
All right, so y'all withdraw from the camp without any further issue.
Mm-hmm.
You start making your way back. More, you're picking up on your senses when you're some distance off. More and more Lancer reinforcements, show up.
But they're still basically just letting us leave.
Yeah, well, you're far enough ahead of them now. They'd have a hard time catching up with you anyway.
Yeah.
There was only about another 2 that were close enough that they would have gotten involved in the fight, but there's more showing up. So you start making your way back. You start picking up, once you get a little bit closer to forward base Achilles, you can start picking up transmissions from them because there's still a lot of interference going on. They let you know that the diversion assault did not go particularly well.
Okay.
Some members of the Mad Dogs and the Red Hands have been taken captive.
Okay.
He could picks up a piece of terrain and just chucks it.
Because you can do that because total strength sweet.
Because total strength sweet. She's not having a fun time right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about how much better that makes you guys look. You pulled your mission off flawlessly. I mean, sure, your brother may have given away some classified information, but other than that, just leave that out of the report. It'll be all right. So you get a message on your way back. That you got the general what happened from the base.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who on the Mad Dogs would contact you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see. Charlie
Maybe
Williams.
Smokes. Unless there's one that got captured.
Yeah, Smokes is a good one. He contacts you with some coordinates. Basically as all of you making your way back kind of towards the base. He gives you coordinates where y'all can meet up with what's left of the Mad Dogs and the Red Hands.
Okay.
And he fills you in. Doc and Hellstorm got taken. And then on the Red Hand side, jot that down. So I don't think I forget the end. And on the Red Hand side, Despot and Jaguar. And Burnaby. And both Melody and Audrey made it out fine.
It'd be really hard to capture Audrey.
And then he kind of made it out fine. Melody's lich did get blown up, but that just made her escaping that much easier. And Audrey was standing at the back shooting, so
Makes sense.
But he tells you Doc has managed to trigger a tracking beacon. So we kind of know where they're headed.
Which is?
Well, he should have said we kind of know where they're at. If we let them withdraw, all the way back to their base of operations, we may not get them back to the end of the war. He's been talking with some of these guys, and they all kind of figure if we go back to base, they're not going to authorize, given the circumstances, they're not going to authorize a rescue mission. But if we just stage one ourselves, right quick, well, we can ask for forgiveness when we get back if they're upset about it.
Vika's already kind of walking the direction of wherever they pinged.
We can always claim interference or something. If they realize we're off course before we pull this off.
Good.
Or, if we pull it off successfully, screw it. We just let them yell at us if they want to. But frankly, I think Ocelot's going by herself if nobody else goes with her.
Vika is, like I said, she's already walking towards where the ping is.
He's like, I was pretty sure Ocelot was the calm one. She is not calm at the moment.
Yeah, I can see that.
Can we say as they were walking back here, could purge heat?
Oh yeah. This is you got several hours of travel ahead of you, so yeah.
Ty can use latch drones on people who need health repairs.
I think technically Vika would have gotten, at the end of her last move, gotten back all of her health again.
Yeah.
She's good. She's good. Let's go. She just can't do the Hellswarm again.
I had to use one to heal up some HP, but
Looking over her shoulder, waiting for everyone. Are we going?
Uriah's he's just sitting on top of the dog in his atlas.
Alright, so y'all meet up. The coordinates took you to where y'all rendezvoused at. It was like an old farmstead. Decent size. It's got a few buildings you can kind of use for cover, or so you're not just sitting out in the open. They got there a little bit before you, and they're already out, kind of patching up their mix as best they can. When you get there, Smokes comes out to greet you. Him and Toten Tans.
Do we have a plan?
Toten Tans nods. Yes, we go and we get our people.
Good plan.
Great, love it.
Best
Do
plan.
we have anything?
No
The best plans are simple.
Yes. 10 out of 10, no notes.
Smokes just looks at him. Alright, he pulls up a data pad, starts showing you, alright, this is where we're tracking Doc so far. Our best guess is they're heading, at least initially, to this little town here. It's a bit back behind the lines, and it's small enough not to have been really been a military target. Nobody's done much with it. Because there's there's not a whole lot. It's a town of like a couple thousand people. We're talking very small town here. And we're guessing they're using that as a staging area. That they're going to fall back there Or maybe they've put a communication center there or something just for this assault. But that's the only thing in the area, kind of in the direction they're traveling. We can't get there before them, but we can get there just shortly after. Now, Klaus here just wants to run in full speed. Lightning strike style. I'm more about getting relatively close to the city and scouting it out. Sending some of us in on foot, where we could actually sneak in. And try to figure out where they're at in the city. What are the defenses? Is this place, mostly civilians like we thought it was, or
maybe a combination of both.
Another diversion assault.
Oh, some folks get in there, and she nods back at the dog. We can make sure their mechs can come in with us if we have to call in mechs.
That could work. But anyway, that's the rough little plan. They've kind of cobbled together. He is more than open to any suggestions from y'all. Our only real advantage here is doing this quickly enough that they wouldn't think anybody sane would try it.
Well, they got that right.
Yeah. All this and Charlie Wayne's not even here.
He's going to be so pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Sounds so happy about it.
Well, I could do some recon, but
Oh, that's right. You are back in your little stealthy guy, aren't you?
mm-hmm.
Ty's mech doesn't have to have her in it to move forward. Rabbit or Cookie can happily assist with that.
Well, what Smokes is happy about is that would be. They might be They might be able to send you in. Send Uriah going in means you might actually have some firepower with you if it came down to it.
I thought one of their of the red hands was in a half size.
I don't think I specified what mechs they were in.
Possible. I was just thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Though ocelots are kind of small, so it would make sense for her. Yeah, but even half-size mechs can be picked up on sensors and stuff. But if I remember right, Uriah's had some big-time stealth-oriented stuff in it.
Yep. It can stay in permanent stealth, and the only way that it can be detected is if they're even aware he's there. And even then, they have to then start making like sensor rolls and stuff like that.
But if they start looking around that much, the jig is kind of up.
Yeah. Basically, as long as he doesn't like take hostile action or boost and things like that, that would normally break stealth. I'd need to siphon power out of a core battery, though, if we wanted to do that.
Coat and Tans looks at you. Why do you need a core battery?
Because I used that power just recently and drained the power core. I need to recharge it.
Yes, of course.
If you manage to, if you happen to have a spare one, that'd be fantastic. But
Unfortunately, no spare ones. Let's see. He's pretty sure Flamingo's hasn't used her core.
What mech is she in?
What was Flamingo in? I know it was something. It was something very much like the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker, because I've got NPC versions of them, and then the pilot roster. Oh, she's in the same thing Audrey's in.
Oh. It's very much not a small mech.
No,
Nope.
no, it is very much not a small mech.
Ty hops onto.
Maybe that wasn't the right core that should be used, but
I just imagine, and this is just me, that like all of our mechs have core batteries, like Titanfall,
yeah,
and Ty just hops up on the dog and pulls her out and like holds it out for Uriah,
thanks.
and she like as he goes to take it, she punches him in the gut and then just walks away.
Ew.
Vika's a bad influence on Ty. Does she use her real hand or her middle hand?
She used her real hand. She wasn't going to cripple him, not while they were on a mission.
That's for later.
All right, so you take some time. If you need to spend some resources to repair any of y'all's mechs, I don't know how much damage y'all took. I know Vika constantly regenerates, but
Just probably good things.
I'm good.
But yeah, and you either swap out batteries or you drain one battery into Uriah's or whatever. While the other guys are getting theirs repaired.
Yeah.
While they've been doing that, Preacher and Slipstream have been like cooking. Because you gotta eat. You gotta eat, and this is probably the only time they have, y'all have to cook something. Everything else is going to be beelining to get to this place.
Yeah.
The
And if
rescue
anybody
operation
needs
itself, and then trying to get out as fast as possible.
And if anybody needs assistance repairing, Ty can help.
Yeah, we go help with repairing or anything needed helping with food. Her mech's just vibing.
Is there anybody who needs like structures repaired?
No,
No,
I'm good.
Uriah just is off on his own making repairs.
Yeah, let me roll to see how badly damaged some of these are. Let's see. Doc's mech. No structure damage. Flamingo. No structure damage. Slipstream. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I rolled for Doc, but Doc's one of the ones that got captured with you. So we'll make that roll for Smokes. Alright, so the Mad Dogs, at least the ones that are still here, didn't take any structure damage.
Cool.
Ocelot did not. Totentans did. And then those 3 are gone. All right. Wait, did I roll for Preacher? Okay. So Totentans and Preacher both took some structure damage.
Double checking. And I think it's still 2 for structure, right? Repairs?
That sounds right. But I'd be lying if I said I remember for sure.
For things other than Everest's, yes.
Okay. Ty's using 4 repairs for them then.
All right. All right. So y'all spend, I don't know, a few hours,
Did we hear how forward base is holding up?
They have not suffered a direct assault yet. I mean, since y'all left anyway.
Okay.
So they're still doing fine. They figure the enemy's probably going to take a moment to figure out what it is y'all have been doing.
We could be like, let's make this quick so we don't come back to flaming ruins.
Yeah, that's for a later session. So while all this is going on, Ocelot is agitated, trying to hurry everybody along, and I mean she's throwing in and doing everything she can, to speed everything up. Once the repairs are done, y'all are relatively quickly having your meal before you leave. Smokes again pulls up the map display. All right, now when we get there, who do we want to send in? Uriah, obviously, because he can go in, mounted.
I've got a stealth suit.
I've never been good at sneaking, and she ain't good at sneaking either. Nods back to the Baylor.
Well, no, we're not going to be able to send in, the scouting mission into the town. Uriah is probably the only mech we can send.
Yeah, and she gestures at 6 foot plus self. I am not stealthy. I've never been stealthy.
All right, he kind of looks around at the rest of you. So it sounds like Uriah and Tiana are for sure in.
I'm fast. I'm just not quiet. I'm also not as fast as Uriah is, mostly because I don't like burning my own neck in the process. No offense, do what you do, but just not the way I operate.
You just print a new one, it's fine.
I don't want
to. Totentans tells you he's been trained in covert operations. Yeah, his mech is not designed for stealth, so that
a mech that's like half in and half out of reality at any one point in time. Yeah, sure, mine's okay, I guess.
Ocelot wants to go in, and mentions, she's trained for it as well. You do know none of the red hands have NHPs. That was brought up, I think, last session.
I don't think any of the Mad Dogs do either.
Yeah, or at least if so, we've never mentioned it. So the Mad Dogs, I guess, will pretty much stay with the stay in their mix. One thing Totentans brings up too is, when we get to the outskirts, we need to find disguises, local clothing. Not, he's not talking disguises like fake mustaches, but local clothing so we stick out a little bit less.
What, mobility hard suits don't do it for them?
Maybe that's the style here. We don't know.
If you must joke to lessen the tension, fine. When we get there, we will see what the local style is, and then procure some of the local style for ourselves.
Hopefully people still air dry their clothes.
It's a very dry environment. They might. If not, we can always break into a house. Or a clothing store. Whatever is easier. I trust no one has any issues with it.
No,
Probably the
not-
least
not
illegal
really.
thing we'll do today.
Yeah.
There are no rules, no laws to war.
No. They had a whole convention about it.
He doesn't seem impressed. So yeah, Ocelot's like, great. Sounds like we got a plan. Everybody finish your food. Let's go. And you realize she's already done eating. She drains her little cup of whatever they had on hand.
Vika finishes up her meal as walking to her mech. How much mech do we have of people that are going in, like size-wise?
I think it's just me.
No, I mean that we would have to bring in for the people that are going in on foot.
Let's see. Most of the red hands are going to be in size 1s.
So probably 3 mechs worth of stuff.
Ocelot maybe in a half size. Let's see.
Goes Uriah, Tiana, Ocelot, and who else was going with them?
Totentans.
Oh, then we have plenty of room on the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just the 2 NPCs that are going in with you then.
Yep. If y'all are going by foot, yes.
I mean, Slipstream technically has the stealth skills too. So it depends on how many y'all want to take in.
And we know Uriah is going in the Atlas. So he's his own ride.
Yep. All All right. So anyway, y'all get loaded up, and y'all are still sorting out specific details as you travel. I need somebody to give me rolls to see how well you avoid detection. From patrols and so forth.
I've already done my crime of the day, so don't let it be me.
Would anything add into this? Or just a straight roll?
What sort of... I'll throw this out to everybody. What sort of strategies would you be using to try to avoid being seen or detected?
I would suggest radio silence and keep most systems that aren't crucial at low power. If such a thing is capable.
Okay.
Stick to things that can hide us, considering we have 2 size 3 mechs.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you try to avoid wide open areas. There are some bits of forest, like their camp was built in, or the outpost that y'all just wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have an option for traveling where you have some cover. Some of this area is hilly, so you can do that. You can avoid roads. Okay.
What time of day is it?
Late afternoon when you started repairing the mechs. So getting towards evening.
Okay. Yeah, maybe anything that would be flashy or bright, just turn that off.
Yeah, just turn off all the lights. All your mechs have like infrared and light amplification, that kind of jazz. So seeing in the dark isn't too big a problem. Let's see. Does anybody have any electronic countermeasure sorts of things? Well, you might be able to detect. Well, you've got sensors, so I guess you could detect drones and stuff that way. All right. So y'all, who's going to give the roll? And what skill or pilot stuff do you think would factor into it?
And I would assume spot would factor in to stuff.
Spot works. And I'll give it an advantage or a accuracy.
I will roll.
Where y'all haven't sat down and hashed the plan out.
Yep.
And don't forget your grid.
I'll roll.
Okay, go for it.
$19?
19 is pretty good. There's a few close calls. One where everybody basically just quickly stops and powers their mix down until a patrol passes by and then starts everything back up and continues on. By morning, you're within 15 miles or so of the town, which is probably about as close as you want to get. The area seems to be fairly heavily patrolled. And of course, mechs are pretty easy to pick up on sensors when you start getting too close to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or just seeing with your eyes.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Why has we got a new building outside? I don't know.
Why is it digging a hole?
Oh God, can you do that anymore?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I can do it too. It's per scene.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for our mechs.
So y'all find a wooded area to try to hunker down in. As many of the mechs as possible that aren't going to have pilots or NHPs running them are strapped to the top of the dog. We'll probably figure it out exactly how many of them they can hold before next session.
Yeah.
I think they can hold 2, and if
Two
just
and a half.
2.5. So right now, if Ocelot is a half size, they've got 1.5.
Okay.
Probably.
All right. So the infiltration team. Let's see. What would we call you guys hanging back? The extraction team.
Cavalry.
Oh, cavalry. I
The
like that.
cavalry. Yeah.
All right, and the cavalry. So the infiltration team is Uriah, Tiana, Klaus, Marina, we said Slipstream had the skills, but I think she was staying with the mechs. Was there anybody else going in? I know Vika said she was going to stay behind. Cortev?
No.
All right.
We'll say V does kind of keep some sensors out for anything that would be getting close to them, and maybe keeps like a tight private channel to the infiltration group going in.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep tight beam communication without any trouble until they really start getting into the city proper. Then you've got buildings
All right.
blocking, and you have to go with more. How would you try to communicate in a way that couldn't be detected or wouldn't be detected? You could always use civilian channels and just talk very not specific.
Twins can't.
Well, that would stop them from understanding you, but they would clearly understand that something weird was going on if they overheard it. And like I said, you can all speak the Shinar language. Of course, you probably don't sound like locals, but all right, so y'all start y'all's 15-mile hike.
Yep. The entire time, Nobly Uriah doesn't say a word. And in fact, just outright refuses to talk to anybody.
Why is that?
They're on a mission. It's serious business.
Let's see. Ocelot's not super talkative. She seems to be super focused. Not that kind of like antsy and, come on, let's go. She's not rushing you on the mission because stealth is important.
Yeah.
She's doing better now that it feels like you're doing something. Totentans is also fairly quiet. Car, does Tiana try to talk to you?
You know, she's just keeping an eye out around them, making sure everything's okay.
And I'm not saying any of these characters are like just an absolute complete silence all day long. It's, you know, when there's a need to communicate information.
Yeah.
Because the approach, you're mostly cutting through woods and, you know,
Mhm.
some pastures. There's a dry creek bed you're walking in at one point. Somebody give me a roll and let's see how many miles you can cover in a day. A marching army can usually get, well, between 8 and 40, which is, what was it, 38 something.
Is this a skill roll or a luck roll?
Say, I
skills
don't know if
they've got it.
I don't know if I'd be able to roll since I'm in a mech. So I'm
That's
not really.
true. You would have no trouble keeping up with them.
Yeah.
You'd have to be holding back. That makes Tiana the only player character.
Just roll a 20.
If you have get somewhere quick, you could add that.
But would we want to if we're trying to get there stealthy?
If you've got stealth, you could add that.
Surprisingly, she has neither.
What? All right. Do you have anything you see that might help?
She has hack, fix, patch, spot, take someone out in xenobiology.
Gonna take somebody out! And ride the space horses all the way to town.
Don't gotta be stealthy if you just kill the witnesses.
Spot
Spot would help you though.
It's the difference between the rogue stealth and the paladin stealth. The paladin stealth, there's no one left to see you.
Rogue stealth.
Oh God! Why did you make me roll?
No one made you roll.
Well, I mean, I was
Oh,
the
I
only
guess
player
yes, you
character because of that was on the stealth team.
Okay, so you rolled a 1 on the dice,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
plus your 5 grit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So that gives you a 6. I was gonna let your spot factor in there though.
Oh well, that would make it a 10 then.
All right. So y'all start off fairly early in the morning. Let's see. So it's getting kind of dusk when y'all get to the outskirts of town. And there's some activity. There's some houses that clearly look like they've been abandoned.
Mm.
You know, this town is still active. It's still going, but it's close enough to the front lines that clearly some people have like moved deeper into, you know, Shinar territory.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, the front line has never moved back far enough for this town to have been in threat. Because the League and the Shinar were still made it for a little while, and then the Shinar have been winning most recently. Totentan speaks up. We should search these houses and see if we can find something to blend in better. Perhaps we could steal a vehicle.
Do as you like. I'll keep watch so I can stay in stealth.
Yeah. He's going to suggest that Tiana go in first, given that she's got the stealth suit.
Yep. I'll go in first.
Now he's happy.
Stealthily.
He's happy to pick any locks or anything that needs to be done to get into the house. But... Or does Tiana have those skills?
She can't. She doesn't have lockpicking, no. But she's gonna go in first, if anything.
All right. You start off with one of the abandoned houses.
Mhm.
You get into the backyard. Klaus works the door a little bit, and then it swings open. Not completely silently, but it's not like creaking super loudly.
I will go inside.
All right, give me a spot check.
Okay. Roll a 20.
Nice. You step in there. It's clearly been cleaned out. Like whoever lived here must have moved out.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no furniture. There's no nothing.
She'll report back. Come outside the door.
All you do find is there's still like a calendar hung up in the kitchen. Dated
Chinese calendar.
No, it's whatever the Shinar use. But it's dated to real early in the war. So they have probably been gone a while. Like, you don't really bother searching the entire house. You spot this in the first few. Okay, they've cleaned this place. This was not a panicked refugee kind of thing where you just grabbed what you could and ran. These people boxed everything up and left.
Yeah. They just were like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah. So yeah, that does not take you but a couple minutes.
Yep.
When you report back, Klaus just kind of nods. We'll probably need to try one of the non-abandoned houses.
Probably. She's just gonna look around and see if there's any houses that might look like they're either, lived in or see if there's been more activity going in and out of.
Okay. You can definitely see, like I said, you can definitely see where there's some activity in there. You see some houses with lights on. The next block over, if you start poking around, there's a couple people standing out in their yards talking to each other. The place isn't completely abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
But there's about as many, looks like unoccupied houses as occupied. And like I said, it's dusk, so you've got, people that work the day shift getting home, that sort of thing.
Right.
So, is there anything specific you're looking for?
I mean, I guess maybe if there's like any, I'd assume that they would have like laundry machines, but I don't know how rural this area is, if they have like clothes hangers or anything like that, like outside. Clotheslines, that kind of thing.
Okay, so you're literally looking for the clothes hanging up outside.
Yeah. I would kind of assume not, but I mean, never know.
It is unlikely. I tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a difficult roll.
Oh boy.
With a not disadvantage. Difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
To see if you can find what you're looking for.
Am I adding anything to it? Just a spot roll?
Spot roll, your grit, the normal stuff that goes into a.
18.
All right, so not a 20. So you don't find any clothes on the line.
You'll report back to the group. It's just like, if we're gonna get clothing, we're gonna have to go inside of a house, and with it being dusk, it's more than likely we'll get caught just trying to break in.
We will simply have to deal with whoever's in the house then. This is coming from Totentans, or Klaus.
And if they're civilians,
He gives you a did I stutter look, but Ocelot speaks up. We can always tie him up and leave him somewhere. We only really have to keep him secure, for a day or so. She's like, it's not ideal, but I don't mind inconveniencing some people if it gets my sister back.
and they're wanting to find like clothing that would fit all of them to make them blend in, right?
Right.
Have like in my looking, have I seen a house that might have like the sizes for all of them?
Give me another spot roll. I mean, you're not going to find anything that'll hide Uriah, of course.
19. Good lord.
You did see a family arrive home. But yeah, the dad, the dad was about Totentans' size, so close enough. The mom's clothes would probably fit Ocelot all right. They had 2 daughters. Probably early teens at oldest. So their clothes might fit Tiana.
Ty's going to be invisible this entire time unless she takes damage.
Oh, come on. You want to wear a local teenager's clothes?
She'll point out the house. Too much to her chagrin.
So Uriah, they kind of motion for you to stay back behind, like one of the neighboring empty houses.
And he vanishes.
It occurred to me that this is going to be more. There's going to be a whole lot of spot checks. You to notice stuff.
Yep.
All right, how are you approaching the house? You're the one in the stealth suit.
Yep.
Totentans and Ocelot are going to defer to you. So how do you want to approach this?
Ty's not an infiltrator, as everyone in this group knows.
But the stealth suit.
Stealth suit. But when has that ever worked out for her?
You've made great
outside of like shooting things.
Oh well, yeah, that was what you were using it for.
Is there an obvious way to like maybe get between the houses where they won't be seen and get behind the house?
Yeah, there are enough empty lots that, carefully walking around. Because y'all been poking around in this town for a little now. It's from dusky to actual kind of dark now.
Hmm.
But let me roll to see how well they're doing with their stealth. Okay, they both managed to maneuver themselves, into the target house's backyard without being spotted.
So she's going. So they're behind the house. I would say that they try to enter stealthily and see if they can tie up the family, and is in a as not lethal way or damaging way as they could, which will be extremely hard to do.
Yep. This could not possibly go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the back door has a sort of sliding door that opens up onto kind of a back patio. It's got almost like a canopy sort of covering over it. It's not like a hard roof. It's like a fabric sort of thing.
Mm.
And it's not like a glass door, like we think of a glass sliding door. But it does have fairly large windows in it.
But is there an obvious like laundry room maybe?
Give me a spot check.
Okay. 14.
You spot a vent that is probably a laundry vent. Which tells you, okay, this is, looking at the outside of the house, okay, this is probably the laundry room right here. So if I get inside, I need to get over to this area.
Okay. And the back door, is it close to that?
Relatively. It's
Is there a window?
Yeah, you can peek through a window.
Okay, I'm going to peek through a window.
So the sliding door steps into an area almost like a breakfast nook attached to a kitchen. There's like a small table, the kitchen. It's mostly a throughway to get in and out of this back door.
Mm.
It proceeds into what looks like a living area with you can see a hallway where a hallway would branch off in the direction you'd need to go. You do not see a door into that area you're looking at, but it might be just right around the corner.
Yep.
Someone is working in the kitchen at the moment. The mother and one of the daughters.
Okay. She's going to tell the other two to stay put. She's going to work her way around the house and see if there's another window that she can peek in to see where the others are.
Okay. You get to the front windows. It looks like that looks into the living room area. The father is sitting there looking through some sort of paper or some data pads.
Okay. And there's only 2 doors in, one in the back, one in the front.
Yes.
And there's
then
not
there are numerous windows. But...
Right, and there's none of the windows are open, right?
Oh, let's see. It's evening. Even or odd?
Even.
You do find one window that's kind of cracked. I don't know why I was holding my hand up to show you how big the crack was, since you can't see me. But and you can hear music playing inside, and that room is lit.
What kind of is it? Like kids music?
How familiar are you? Well, you've been on this planet for a little while. You were on this planet before the rest of the crew even showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of the local popular music.
Okay.
Every now
There's
and then
no
you hear somebody singing along with it, so you've probably found the other kid.
There's no easy way into this house. Trying to think of the best way. Because what Ty was going to try and do was like go inside, grab some clothes, and then get out.
Mm-hmm.
But like she would have to sneak open probably open the back door, sneak in. Because are there backs to the door?
So the sliding door, you would step into it, and to the left is kind of the kitchen area.
Hmm.
So they weren't facing the door, but they're like just moving around in the kitchen.
Right.
Now, while time is a factor, you could also wait an hour or two and see what goes on.
Is there like a way to? Do they have like a doorbell?
Not on the back, but on the front. Yeah, it seems like they should probably have something like that. A doorbell or a knocker or something.
I would like to ding dong ditch. That would probably only get the dad's attention. She's gonna go back and talk to the other two and see what they want to do, because it's like no matter, she'll tell them it's like no matter which way we go in, it's either go in and cause a ruckus and probably alert anyone nearby, or wait until they go to sleep, which would probably not be for another hour or two.
Token has like we might be able to take them quietly.
Well, there's a mother and a daughter in the kitchen, a father in the living room, and another child in
And if
the
we
bedroom.
if we secure the two in the kitchen, that would be enough to keep the other two quiet. I'm sure. You know, they do what we tell them. They do what we say. They have nothing to worry about.
And how do you
Oh.
want to proceed, Toten?
We are getting raided by a party of 16.
Hello.
Hello.
Flurry
hello.
64 is raiding.
You've come in at my character's worst possible moment.
Hello there.
I'm not stealthy. I'm just a medic. Stop making me do this.
I'm good at two things: being stealthy and taking people out, not infiltrating.
Whereas me, the stealth guy, is in a stealth mech, which you don't want a stealth mech going after civilians. So here he is.
So
And
where
the
are
other-
you raiding from?
Yeah, what'd you do?
Were you gaming as well, or?
We have the worst party for stealthy. I don't know how to do the stealth. I'm in a mech. We should just war crime our way through this, and the sister.
Oh, the new Zelda. Neat.
Ah, that's the
It's good.
The one with
I like it.
Zelda.
the one that's actually with Zelda. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a break! What a break from tradition.
Yeah, I know. It's
No.
weird.
Right?
Should have called it Legend of Link.
I was about to say, yeah, she called it the Legend of
that's
Link
sweet.
because Link actually isn't in this game.
All right. Infiltration. Go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Infiltration. I'll say while this is going on, Uriah's kind of he's browsing silently, like see what like chatter and stuff is going on in the town.
You're picking up regular radio, television type transmissions. You know, the local Wi-Fi structures. There
daily
is some
top
stuff
five.
on the Mat Shinar military bands.
Mm-hmm.
Like more than a town this size should probably have under normal circumstances.
Yeah. Could I do a hack fix to see if I can silently listen in on those bands?
They would be encrypted.
I have an idea, but I'll wait.
I'll be back in a second.
I mean, he's broken
Have
into
to-
them twice, so
Mm-hmm. He's broken into their stuff multiple times.
Well, you hacked into their systems. So as far as trying to decode their encryptions, it's going to be encryptions NHPs have come up with. But go ahead and give me a roll though, and see what you can get with it.
Okay. 16.
Okay. You don't quite break the encryption.
Mhm.
But in addition to all the encrypted traffic, you do pick up a couple of unencrypted transmissions.
Okay.
It's like logistics. They're discussing getting some supplies in. It's not real interesting, other than one is the military channels.
Mm-mm-mm.
And they basically give the address of where they need it delivered to.
Okay.
So it's quite likely that there's some sort of, the military presence in town is probably in that area.
Fair. All right.
So like, you don't know what those street names mean, having only ever just or that only having just gotten here.
Yeah.
But it should give you an idea of where to look.
Right. So he will send a silent, basically a encrypted message to Ty, well, and to the other two. Probably that's the first time he's spoken the entire time they've been gone. It's not even really like he doesn't even actually speak. It's just a text message with and several addresses, and basically it says military presence.
Get a message back from Totentans. Excellent work. Now, Carl, you said you had some idea?
Well, my curiosity was when I was in the front of the house and I heard the music with the window cracked open.
Mhm.
How close was the device playing the music to the window?
Even or odd?
Odd.
And where would you like it to be?
If it's closer to the window, she was going to try and hack it to make it mess up so the dad has to leave the living room. Make it like do some eerie noise or something and scare the child a little bit.
Okay.
hey, Space Theory, volume up to 35,000.
All right, so even or odd?
Odd.
All right, so if it is odd, it'll be relatively close to the window. It's even. It's across the room from the window.
Damn it. Okay. That screws that idea. Now we're back to her saying, how do you want to proceed, Toten? Because it's like, both of them are in the kitchen. We're right inside the sliding door. So
We can, me and Ocelot, we can step in and secure the women in the kitchen. With two of them secured, the other two shouldn't cause any trouble.
let's hope you're right. Sure.
They say they get a message. It's like and then leave one of us behind to keep them secured before the rest of the town is tipped off we're here?
We can discuss that once they're secure.
It's a bad time to discuss it.
I hate to break us up into smaller groups.
How close is the addresses that we were given from where we are?
You're not sure about the layout of the town, the specifics of the town. Of course, once you've got a family to talk to, they can probably tell you where it is. Or Uriah could take a little time and hack into the local interwebs.
He's going to do that. I would make another roll, or...
I won't even make you. This is just civilian GPS type stuff, local mapping stuff. So
I rolled anyway, 28.
no, you have no problem getting into that.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
It's not quite unsecured,
But the password's password.
but not a whole lot of effort went into securing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're close enough to the war zone. Yeah, okay. Everything's a little bit secured, but
Yeah.
but this is a very small town, so it's like older security software, older tech.
Mm-mm-mm.
They haven't put their money into their radio. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. So he can figure out exactly where it is.
Yeah. Essentially, you get in there and you get their their city map, street view.
Yeah.
You've got access to you've got access to the app they've used. People use to find where something is.
Right. So he will send that to them. Basically, go. So their base is here, or at least that's where they're sending the stuff to.
What it is, think of it as a, how some of the towns around here will have like National Guard armories.
Yeah.
It's not like a huge complex or something, but it's essentially the equivalent of a National Guard armory.
Okay.
Does it have the decorative tanks out front?
It's probably got a decorative something out front, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Whether it would be a tank, or a decommissioned, mech, it's got something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably from either the previous war or the one before that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
does he send a map? Or is it just like...
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Map with a
Yeah,
it is here.
Think of this as it's a Google Map sort of thing.
Yeah. Can we tell an obvious path that we can get there without being detected? Easily?
Well, you can see the areas where there's lots of businesses, areas where there's less businesses. You can pretty well tell where the residential sections are. The map doesn't do anything to tell you how populated it is, though.
So how badly do you want to split the party up?
Personally, I don't.
What time did it say that shipment was supposed to be getting there?
They are working towards trying to get it there in the morning.
Okay.
And it was generic supply type stuff. It wasn't anything super exciting, which is probably why
Yeah.
they didn't bother with the secure channel. But the expected delivery time would be about 6 in the morning.
Okay.
It was foodstuffs basically.
It's like, so we have two options. We can either try and take a family hostage and have to leave somebody here,
Mhm.
or we make our way there as stealthily as we can and see if we can get in that way.
Raya will message that he votes for the second option. He doesn't want to involve more people than they have to.
All right. So since nobody outranks anybody else here, democracy shall rule. All right. So Uriah votes skip the whole getting local clothing.
Yep.
Mhm.
So does Ty.
Toten Tan's votes to carry on what you're currently doing. You know, get in there. That way we have locals to talk to. We can secure, you know, clothing and so forth.
Mhm.
And even their vehicle. I mean, yes, they'd have to leave somebody behind, but yeah.
Well, who wants to stay behind then?
Ocelot flat out refuses.
So
Sounds like it would be you, Toten Tan.
I don't like that, but I am willing to make the sacrifice. It's the mission that's important.
It's not like I can stay behind.
And let me see. So Ocelot.
Just leave the frame behind. Sobek, can you watch these guys?
Well, at its current level, he could follow that last order and protect himself, but be unable to do anything else.
Do the civilians know that?
Probably not.
Do not fear, I am normal human.
Yeah, when
Well,
acting
keep in mind,
alone-
even a half-size mech, you're still talking about something at least Hulk size. It's still something a person can get into. We're not really
Acting
talking
alone-
about baseline Iron Man armor. We're talking like the Hulkbuster Iron Man armor.
Yeah, so when acting alone, follow the last direction given and defend themselves as needed. However, they have limited initiative and don't benefit from your talents.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about sizes.
I only have rank 1 Technophile, so Sobek is still not fully sentient yet. Getting there, but not entirely there.
It was just a thought.
Ocelot goes ahead and just votes for let's just go. Let's just go. If we think we can find a path, it's already dark.
Okay.
Tiana, you also get the impression she's not happy with the idea of leaving Toten Tans behind with people.
Well, Ty isn't either because, you know, just the way he's been acting,
He's just
she would think that he would be the one to pop them in the head and just move on.
He just catches up with you later. Oh, have any of you ever seen? It's a series of books. There was a movie, Devil in a Blue Dress. Black detective. I forget. It's a period piece, a little ways back. But he had a buddy named Mouse. Mouse was kind of a psycho. Always had his back. Was kind of a psycho. He leaves a suspect with Mouse, and then goes off. And he gets in a gunfight. Next thing he knows, Mouse has shown up and is. And afterwards, he asks Mouse about the guy I left you with. Oh, I strangled him. What? Well, you told me not to shoot him.
Yeah.
And when Easy,
that does sound
when
like
Easy
Mouse.
gets upset, Mouse like, look, if you didn't want him dead, why'd you leave him with me?
Yeah, no, that does.
Is
sound like
that the
Mouse.
vibe? Is that the vibe you're getting from?
Yeah,
Toten Tans?
that's the vibe I'm getting from Toten Tans.
He just show up later on. Oh, well, yeah. The dad went for a gun. And, had to defend myself.
Toten Tans is a war crime.
So Toten Tans concedes to the majority.
So they're going to make their way and try and be stealthy, get to where the coordinates are.
All right.
And Uriah is, I assume, right behind them.
Yeah.
All right then. Everybody involved, give me stealth rolls.
29. Natural 20 plus 9.
Goodness.
Mhm.
And you said you weren't built for this.
I'm built for stealth and
stealth
taking
suit.
people out. That's the only like infiltration, like into
Logistics
into a
behind
house. Yeah,
14.
Tiana's just actually there and not there. She has slipped into paracausal space.
like all of the dog's holes.
Don't say it like that. I hate that.
I hated
Yeah.
that way that was phrased.
All the holes the dog dug.
I'm just gonna, yeah, exactly, yeah, that. Let's go with that. What I said was terrible.
All right. All right, so Ocelot also rolled quite well. Totentans did not roll as well.
Totentan's like, why aren't we murdering?
So y'all are zipping through. You plot your course through a place without too many businesses. You're mostly moving close to houses and buildings that aren't lit up. And there are lots of empty storefronts in this town too. Best guess, maybe the town's at about half its normal population, maybe 2/3. Hard to tell just from what little bit you've seen, but y'all are going down an alleyway. When suddenly a side door kind of opens, and somebody's like, "Is there somebody there?"
Jason.
But uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Ooh, I'm not getting anything from y'all. One moment.
Nobody.
Trying to figure out is disc going. Oh, it's still doing it.
Yes. Apologies for anybody out there listening. We seem to be having some technical issues. Okay, my voice
all of that
connection's
came
gone
through
green
fine.
again.
Wait, there we go.
There we go.
I'm back in the green. How are y'all?
Ooh,
Back in the green here.
sounds
Yep,
good.
back up to 11.
Okay. What was the last thing y'all could make out that I was saying?
Absolutely none of it.
Nothing, yeah.
Dude, I heard something about an alleyway, and that was like in the
That was
middle
about
of the
it.
bark, 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 bark.
Okay. Y'all were passing through an alleyway.
Yep.
Totentans was bringing up the rear. Suddenly a side door opens and somebody leans out. Is there somebody out there? And then Totentans is on that guy. Ooh.
Totentans has
critical.
been waiting all night for this.
So you see him sort of dive. It's like when the door opens, the guy leans out and says that. Totentans is basically caught in the light of the doorway. And just sort of runs and leaps at the guy. Kind of tackles him into the building. And you just kind of hear. I don't know if that goes over the mic or not. But you hear, whatever kind of armored suit he's in. You hear,
Stabbing noises?
no, it sounds like he's just beating this guy with his gauntleted hand.
Yeah, Totentans is a war crime.
Does anybody go into the building with him?
Ty's gonna peek in.
He's holding an unconscious man.
Is there anyone nearby?
You don't see anybody. And Totentan, he's popped the guy a few times, and then once the guy's clearly unconscious, he stops. He's still kind of holding him by the guy by his shirt, kind of crouched over him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like he's listening.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone else here. Oh wait, Tiana's invisible. He wouldn't even see you.
Nope.
So he drops the guy to the ground, pulls out his little sidearm, and starts like looking. There's just a quick glance in some of the surrounding rooms. Doesn't see anybody. Starts to walk back out. He stops. He looks at the guy he's knocked out. Reaches down, kind of check. Well, I guess he's got a glove on. He couldn't check the guy's pulse. Oh, does he decide? Tiana, do you say anything while Totentanz is studying this unconscious fellow?
She's just keeping an eye out, and then she looks down, and while still invisible, she's going to go up and see if she can check a pulse.
Okay, give me a medical roll.
Wow! I got a 12, but
It's the best of times.
That's the worst
It's
she's
the worst
ever
of
rolled
times.
for something medical
for a
related.
patch, yeah, that's like the absolute worst she's ever rolled.
Still success though.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's still alive.
Okay.
He's been beaten unconscious.
She tells
Brain
Totens
damage.
he's alive. What is this? Is
That
this
could
like
be
a
a
back
problem.
room or something?
Yes, it's the back room to some business. It looks like this guy was probably cleaning staff or something. And not like a large business. It's not like there was a team of cleaners in here. But
Mm-hmm.
there was some trash by the door. Like he was getting ready to take the trash out, and either he heard something before he opened the door, or he opened the door and then heard something. That's when he leaned out and said what he said. But yeah, definitely unconscious. Nothing life threatening. But Toten's like, that could be a problem.
What do you? Are we in like an alleyway?
Y'all are inside the building right now. Totenhands dove through the door, dove at the guy and knocked him back into the building.
Right. But like, is it a door into an alleyway?
Yes.
Okay. She's like, we could just put him in the alleyway, and when he wakes up, someone could ask him what happened, and he got beaten up by somebody in the alleyway.
It depends on how well he saw me. Since we're not wearing local clothing.
Man.
With Ty's medical knowledge of a man being beaten the hell out of, how long would it take for this guy to wake up?
He'll probably
Ty
be out.
has seen a lot of people get the hell beat out of him.
He's probably out till morning at least.
She's like, he'll be out till morning, and hopefully we'll be done by then.
Oh, we're not getting anywhere just standing here.
Give me a roll. Ocelot agrees with Uriah. Tiana, give me a roll to see how well you convince Totentanz. Yeah, it won't be a problem.
13.
Very well. We are wasting time standing around here. He grabs the guy, drags him out of the alleyway, tosses him in the garbage. Oh, in and amongst them.
Mm-hmm. Closes the door.
Is there any
Pats the
is
guy
there any
down, takes his wallet.
alcohol? Well, it's like, is there any alcohol in that building?
Alcohol? There's some cleaning supplies.
Wrong
Not like
alcohol.
medical grade alcohol, though, no.
I'm not saying medical grade alcohol, like drinking alcohol.
Oh. I don't know, either or.
Oh, no, he's asking Tans and Ty because he's not in the building. He's just watching this
I'll
happen.
I'll do a spot for him.
Okay, give me a roll.
16.
Okay. It's not a business that would use alcohol. But you do find like where a worker's got a stash, got a beer, a pack of beer or something in the fridge.
So let Uriah know.
Well, as long as you know how to get someone to drink something while he's unconscious, put a little bit of alcohol in his system, pour another one on him. He's a drunk in an alleyway. Let's go.
That's how you drown somebody.
No, you do it like a dog. You like run it down his throat.
Directly into the lungs. Go ahead.
Coat and Tans is fine with this plan.
I imagine Toten Tans is.
Besides, you cover the nose and mouth, and the human body has a trained reflex to swallow.
How about that? All right, so, yeah, y'all do that. You get the guy to drink a little bit of beer, probably not a whole beer because Ocelot ain't got the patience to do too much of this. And then Toten Tans splashes him, down with the stuff pretty good. Puts the bottle in his hand.
There we go.
If anybody finds him, they'll probably just ignore him. And when he wakes in the morning and Toten Tans holds up the guy's wallet, he'll think he's been mugged. Hopefully.
There we go. One recipe for a blameless crime. Considering we won't be here. Let's go.
Continues on.
So yeah, y'all continue on. While you're going, his Toten Tans has kept one of the beers. And he takes a swig of it. It's water. And, tosses it over to the side. And then he kind of goes through the guy's wallet. Once y'all get a street or two over, he drops it into a trash can. Doesn't appear to keep anything out of it. He just went through it to see if there was anything interesting. And eventually you come out between two shut down businesses. And across the road you can see the armory. And it's got fencing around it to keep people out. You see a squad of mechs over there.
Currently active. Like
You see one that is moving around. The rest of them look like they're probably parked.
Okay.
This facility isn't big enough. Clearly, this facility does not have actual facilities for keeping frames on hand.
So the second Uriah sees an active mech, he turns on his core power and his mech just vanishes.
I gotcha. And you'd have probably detected. To be fair, you'd have probably detected him at some distance as well. So
Yes, like once he detects an active mech, his core power turns on, and Uriah just vanishes. Because there's no telling how far away that thing's sensors are, and Uriah, despite being a stealth mech, is still a mech with a walking nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
So
This is fair. You do recognize it as a model of mech that's got a relatively short sensor range.
okay.
At least, by default, you can never tell how somebody's rigged theirs up. But considering it had not reacted to you up till now.
Yeah, but once he detected it, he's in stealth mode.
There are also a lot of people, or not a lot of people, there are people patrolling. There's a lot of activity here. Totentans can verify that some of those parked mechs were the ones involved in the fighting. And you can see where some of them are still obviously have suffered some damage.
Does Uriah see any of the mechs that they were involved with?
No.
Okay.
And like the little courtyard area, or whatever you want to call it, around this building is well lit.
Mm-hmm.
The building has lights on.
Gotcha.
Is it multiple buildings or just one?
It's one large building, and then there's a few like outbuildings that maybe there's storage or something.
Is any one of them, from where Ty can see, like more guarded than the others?
No, not of the outside buildings.
Okay.
Oh.
But you see, like I said, you see the one active mech and several inactive ones. Several soldiers on guard. There's a couple of mounted sentry guns. And the guns don't look like they're part of the buildings, like they've been quickly mounted on the building.
Okay. All right. So, what do you want me to do? Unless I take overt action, they can't see me. But that does limit the amount of things that I can do, especially with an active mech on the field.
Well, we definitely need to find out which building they're in. That's for sure.
I can try to hack their network again, but I'm not sure how well that would work with a second attempt.
All right.
Toten
I don't remember.
Up.
Go ahead.
We could send the little one in. She's hard to see.
Can't see her at all.
Yeah. She could get inside and see what's going on.
Is there an obvious way into the fence without me having to cut it open?
Well, there's the gate, so you could wait a little while and see if somebody came in. You could try to climb over it, find you a relatively out of the way spot and try to climb over it.
Mm.
I mean, it's got the equivalent of razor wire on the top.
Yeah.
But you are in an armored suit, too.
Yeah. So it's not like it's just like a metal gate that opens and closes, I assume, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I either have to cut through the gate or wait till the gate, cut through the fence or attempt to climb over it or go through the gate when it opens.
Well, I could get you over.
But would that stop your stealth?
As long as I don't turn on my afterburners.
It's probably the best option. The better question is I'd have to search each one of these buildings because I don't think pilots can do the scan function, right? You have to be in a mech for that, right?
Correct.
I mean, I could scan, but I don't know if that breaks. I don't know if that breaks stealth.
It's kind of an active thing.
Well, let me double check and see what the.
If you're in a submarine and you send out a sonar pulse, everybody knows you sent out a sonar pulse.
Yeah, let me see what it says. Okay. Yeah, the only way to reveal you is for another character to search for you or for you to lose hidden as usual by using boost, attacking, forcing a save, and so on.
And scan doesn't force anything, it just happens.
Let me pull up the PDF to see if that's.
Okay, it sounds like you might be able to, though.
Yeah, let me pull it up to see if it says that it breaks stealth or not. Because if it doesn't, then sweet, I could scan. And I didn't know that was an option I had. Yeah, 'cause here we are in October and still learning things.
Yep.
There are so many edge cases in this game,
There it is.
and we keep running into them.
Mm-hmm.
It is a game of edge cases.
It is.
It really is.
Where is... Ah, there we go. You cease to be hidden if you make an attack, melee ranged, or tech, or if your mech takes a hostile action, such as forcing a target to make a save, using boost, or taking reactions with your mech also cause you to lose hidden. Other actions can be taken as normal.
And tech is a quick action.
Yeah. But it does say make an attack, so however you want to translate that. If you would count the scan as making a tech attack or not.
I mean, he would be doing it on a building, not a mech or anything.
Well, scanning something doesn't require a roll or wouldn't count as an attack. I think he's okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you wanted to take Ty over, you could scan the warehouses and see if any of our allies are in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll pick her up, basically bridal style, and fly over.
Well, jump over or something.
Well, he can fly.
He can fly while stealthed.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't boost.
Oh, with the boost. Okay, the afterburners. I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
I must say, the only reason I can get away with that is specifically because his core power is active, which allows him to remain hidden even while in plain sight.
Okay.
So
while y'all were sorting that out, Totentans was taking his bigger gun off. Adjusting the scope. Adding bits on until he's basically turned his rifle into a sniper rifle. And he sets up.
Imagine Ocelot's like, why did we bring him?
Right. If I need to shoot someone, he's just getting ready so that if someone needs to be shot, I'm in. I'm ready. Just give me. Just let me know when there's a target that needs to be shot. If things go south, obviously we're wanting in and out without any noise.
yeah. Me seeing a thing about that, I was about to go. Uriah could leave his rifle, but that thing can only be fired if you're wearing a magical assault carapace. So
Okay. So Ty and Uriah are over the vents.
yeah, and he's gonna scan.
Toten's ready to commit war crimes.
No, this is a military target. This would not be war crimes.
He's gonna scan the buildings.
It's regular.
to see
You
which
get a
one-
ping inside the building from Doc's tracker.
Okay.
It is not something
And-
that broadcasts all the time or anything. It does a little something just every now and again.
Okay.
But you pick it up doing the scan. You pick up that.
In that case, he'll basically just slowly fly a tie over to that building and roof.
Yeah. It's the main building. It's in the main building.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're on the roof.
You're on the roof of the main building.
Is there a way to see down into the building, in the direction of Doc's tracker somewhere?
There is a roof access you could go try to open and get into the building. There's no skylights or anything on this.
Let's say, so this would be a question for you then. I don't know if this would count since he's in the Atlas right now and not, out of it. But Uriah does have a thermal visor, which lets him ignore cover to see where things are. Well, heat signatures. Would you count that as being active while he's in the Atlas? Or no, since he's not technically in his pilot mode?
No, you're using the Atlas's sensors and stuff to do what you're doing.
Square deal. Just wanted to check.
Yeah, if you wanted to climb out of the Atlas.
Can Uriah give Ty the visors?
You'd have to get into his armor
Gotcha.
to do it.
'Kay.
And his armor is basically souped up assault armor designed to fight
Well,
boarding action.
So Ty has
Also,
data
4 sizes
plating.
too big.
Ty has data plating, so Uriah could beam where the tracker was in the building from the
Yeah.
scan.
I mean, he'll at least do that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just-
yeah.
I just wanted to see if I could get a thermal signature
Hmm.
in the building, but ruled otherwise. So here
Yeah.
he is.
Well, I'm thinking that if you can scan the building and keep Ty in the right direction, and that'll probably be good.
Yeah, I can do that.
So she's gonna stealthily try to open the hatch, and I don't know if you want to continue this because it is 9:24 right now.
That's true.
We will cut for just a moment over to the cavalry.
Cavalry.
Somehow, there's a harmonica.
There's a silent
I have,
harmonica.
Sam
Playing
Hoffman,
harmonica.
aka Preacher, is playing his harmonica inside his mech.
I have one of those tin cans. I'm banging it against the inside of my mech.
You don't know how you got a tin can in here. It was just suddenly there.
Horace.
Yeah. the nanites restructured themselves into bars just so he could go along the bars with the can.
And the tradition with that was use a tin cup because prisoners used to have tin cups.
Yeah.
Vika. So, you think they've been captured yet or committed a war crime?
War crime, probably.
Slipstream's like, I'm not detecting any spike in military communications.
That's good.
Probably a good thing, yeah. Certainly promising.
It's something.
Flamingo at that point is like, I think we've got incoming.
Huh?
What?
I'm detecting movement, ground vehicles.
Coming towards us?
No.
Direction.
Moving in towards the city, moving in towards town.
Oh, okay.
She's like over there, and she throws up what she's picking up on y'all screens.
Any idea where they're coming from? Or what they got on them?
Where they're coming from, you're not sure. It's military vehicles. No actual Lancers that you see. There's like armored personnel
good.
carriers, a couple of not quite tanks, but really beefed up like armored assault vehicles.
It's still not Lancer level.
Yeah, not quite. I mean, this is the sort of stuff they used. This is like a modern version of the stuff they mostly fought with in like the first one of these wars.
Gotcha.
But it's not like old. This isn't old tech. This is the modernized version. They still have some of. This is the first one of these wars that's been fought with mostly Lance mechs.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it seems to be a big influx of military personnel moving into this town.
We need to get them out of here now.
They haven't gotten anywhere near the. They haven't gotten anything near the destination, or they would have been back by now.
Or more. There would have been a lot more military communication.
Yeah. Well, no time like the present then, and Cortev will phase out.
What? Fuck.
He's not doing anything. He's not moving. He's just phasing out.
Yeah, still.
So yeah, we'll wrap here for now. I hope y'all had fun. Hope our raiders that came by enjoyed it. I hope anybody that watches us later will join us next week.
We'll have the big gun and the lich back next week.
I'm about to say, yeah, we should have everybody next week, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, once again, I was your storyteller for the evening, Jason. And with me today was Carr playing Tiana.
Aggressive waving.
Why's it gotta be so aggressive?
Jeremy playing Cortev. Eric playing Uriah. And Sarah playing Vika.
Aggressive waving.
Politely,
they can see it,
non-aggressive
maybe.
waving.
I'm still aggressively waving.
And we will see y'all next time.
Bye-bye.